All right, welcome into Bettor's Last Stand, show number 54. Yes, we are not in a studio right now. We're actually on location here for a really big event up in Brooke County. We're at the Crooked Dock here in Wellsburg as they unveil a new bridge that crosses from Ohio and into West Virginia, a day that these people up here have been waiting for a long time. Matt, Jarrett, Coach here with you. Chris in transit. We got all of our crew here. Thanks to Lester and his crew for having us here at the Crooked Dock. Awesome background, as you can see. About as beautiful a scenery as you'll ever see in these parts of the Ohio Valley. So
look, we even got a cat back there. There's a cat.
Cat's making his debut on Bettor's Last Stand.
He's going to slink around here.
Yeah, so great setup here. It's awesome, beautiful afternoon, and we're going to have some Pine Room Lagers, celebrate our beer launch, celebrate the bridge opening here, and talk a little sports and sports betting. Jarrett, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
You haven't been on the show, I don't think. Maybe one day you ran the controls for Job, but I think the last time you were actually on set with us was when we did Bettor's Last Stand of Generations. Back in the winter time.
Yeah, and didn't Coach Hallett join us that day?
Yes, we had Coach Hallett on that day.
Yeah,
yes,
I do remember that.
Yep.
Yeah, that has been a little while.
So welcome back to
yes.
the fun. Hopefully you
Thank
can live up to Chris's high expectations.
Yeah.
He sets the bar very high after a 7-2 week in college football. So,
it's going to be tough to replace Chris, but we got depth. We always
absolutely got depth here. Pine Room Studios on location here at the Crooked Dock. It's Bettor's Last Stand coming to you. We're happy to be here. It's awesome setup, and I guess we'll start getting into the action. We may have a few guests join us throughout the show. And as we get ready for a giant weekend of college football, huge college football week 4, ready to go on, actually starts up mildly on Friday night, and then a huge docket of games on Saturday, including 6 matchups featuring top 25 opponents. So I know Coach is really excited about this.
I am pumped up.
I'm as excited as you are about the college football schedule. I am the reverse excited, whatever that would be. Not excited about the NFL. NFL drives me insane. I lost another starting running back in fantasy. I hate it. I wish it was over. Jarrett, your Steelers steal victory from Chris and my Browns. Miserable outcome as usual. What did you think of the ball game the other night?
It was an absolutely awful game. Honestly, well, the first quarter was awful, but it was actually kind of exciting just because it was so ridiculous. But overall, the game was just a terrible game. The Steelers' offense is just so bad, and everybody wants to blame Matt Canada, but I mean, I guess you can point fingers at him, but I think it's just the whole team, really.
Is it a guarantee that if Matt Canada's gone, though, that Kenny Pickett's going to be good?
No. He's just going to miraculously turn into, like, Tom Brady.
I saw CBS Sportsline had him rated as the worst quarterback in the league.
No, really?
Number 32. At least current rankings right now, based on how they performed for 2 weeks. I don't really think he's the worst, but he's not played well.
He's thrown, what, 2 touchdowns, if that?
He threw that one to Pickens the other night.
And I don't know.
Did he throw one against the 49ers? How did they score that touchdown against the 49ers? I don't even remember. If he did, he's no more than 2 on the season.
He threw one to Freiermuth.
There you go.
Freiermuth,
yep. So he's got two on the season through 2 weeks.
And the only reason I remember it because Freiermuth's on my fantasy
there you go.
which is a terrible team. My fantasy team is about as good as the Steelers, so I don't care about it. I don't.
It's
give
horrible.
A shit about
That's why we don't waste time talking about it on here. A lot of it comes down to luck. You could draft the perfect team, Coach, and you have bad luck or bad results, and the guy gets hurt, and your season's over.
Listen, by 6 o'clock on Sunday, I'm so done with football. All I want to do is watch a movie or go to bed.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually felt that same way. Usually, I don't get like that, but on Sunday night, I was done. I was absolutely done. It looks like
in the far distance, the champ is on site.
The champion,
George Kettlewell in the house. Anyway, let's recap a little bit about last week. We had a really good week. We were up over 21 units, 21.35 to be exact. Sam hit a couple of anytime touchdown scores with Dawson Knox and Gabe Davis for the Bills, and Denny Hamlin in the race. So Sam, a huge week for him. Chris goes 7-2 in college football. Coach 10-4 in college football. Big weeks for you guys. You had a really, really good week.
Probably had my best week in betting in a long time. Other than the NFL, but I didn't make many bets. And the ones I did bet, I really liked.
Though.
And
you exercised restraint, which was really smart.
Because
you probably would have started giving it back already on Sunday.
Would've. And I already did because I like New England, and I don't know why I keep betting them. I don't know.
I think I like them again this week. But
I don't. I'm fading them. I'm fading them this week.
Touching on one of the parts of the Bad Beats segment, you were on the end of a good one there with the Rams as they kicked a field goal inexplicably with no time remaining on the clock to cover the spread. And did you see Sean McVay's
he said he
had
no idea.
Yeah. I'm not sure I believe that.
Yeah.
I think that guy remembers every press clipping he's ever read. And they say the guy can remember the play he ran and coaching in college in like 12 years ago. Like he can remember the exact drive in the play, but he didn't know the spread. That's
I guess at least he acknowledged it.
Yeah, finally. I got to give the girl credit. And I don't know. I didn't get her name, but I'm glad somebody finally asked him. Because nobody had asked him up to this point.
Hey,
and it was like a video teleconference, like the weekly teleconference.
Yeah.
But anyway, really good week for the Bettor's Last Stand, guys. Again, up over 20 units. Hopefully that continues this week. Hopefully you were able to cash in on some of those winners. And reminders, again, we got our Football Friday show at Gumby's in Elm Grove, 12 to 3 on Fridays on the Watchdog. Exciting show coming up. We got Duggar's Saucy Spread week number 5. Things are starting to tighten up.
They are.
At the top, we've got Jeff out in front now. So be sure and tune in that day to listen to us recap the games from high school and college and pro and give our picks out. We'll also update you on the Wheeling Park Eagle, which is still not been found. And we got a lot of interesting details that we found out throughout the week about his whereabouts and some of the potential new suspects that we could have on the horizon.
It's getting deep.
Yes, it sure is. Again, we're at Crooked Dock here in Wellsburg celebrating the opening of the bridge. And it's a good day. We're excited to be here. Thanks to Lester again and his crew for having us. Awesome setup here behind us. Let's shift over before we dive into the football cards, which we're going to go through college and pro. Baseball, Jarrett. So baseball's now getting down to crunch time, obviously. You got these races shaping up for the wild card. You got games going on today. I haven't looked at the scores, actually, since I've been here. But a lot of these games now are meaning a lot to a lot of teams.
It's huge.
Matt, I have to say I was wrong. You said the Cubs are going to get right because they're playing the Pirates. I said, oh, no, the Pirates will the Pirates will play hard. You know, and they get beat 14-1.
Yeah.
And that was over before the people sat down and got their hot dog.
Yeah, and it was delayed, of course, and then you're late into the night. And fun fact, actually, our buddy Earl, guy he went to high school with, his good buddies with, made his debut at the Bucs last night, and he got hit around. He said it'll be the worst if he never pitches again in the major leagues. Kyle Nicholas. Went to Jackson High School.
When did he come in?
He came in after Priester, and he gave up a grand slam to I forget his name, Dominican guy. He just hung a slider, and I saw a thing. If Kyle never pitches again in the big leagues, he would have the worst stat line of any Pirates pitcher in history. His ERA is 108.
Well, I saw this. That Quinn Priester actually lowered his ERA. He got shelled again, and he lowered his ERA.
Yeah, you know what's amazing though? Now that you watch this, it's just a different world. Right. You can ask Michael Grove. You can ask any of these guys that come up and are dominating down through the ranks, and then they come up in the big leagues. Man, it is just a different world.
That's exactly what Earl said. He said. If that's not a welcome to the big leagues moment, I don't know what is. A Dominican guy threw a pretty good pitch, and he just out on his front foot flicked it out into the left center field seats.
You're not going to fool many of these hitters. They're just so good. They've seen so many good pitchers throughout their years that you're just not going to fool them. So. But again, the Pirates, geez Louise, at least I bet the Cubs and over. I had that last night. I had a good night in baseball last night. I need the Reds. What did they do, Matt?
The Reds got beat 5-3. I had the game under, and then another bad loser for me. Braves and Phillies were 4-2 into the bottom of the 8th. The Braves tied it at 4, and the Phillies just won 6-5. I had it under 9.5.
Oh.
So, and again, a road team wins in extra innings.
Braves,
I'm going to go back and do those numbers at some point.
Braves better not relax too much here. They got to keep sharp. They got to stay sharp.
They don't look to be.
No, they're what are they 2-9 now? I think in their last 11.
Yeah, they've really just kind of geared it down.
That's not good.
And the Astros doing the same thing. Lost series to Kansas City, about to get swept by the Orioles if the Orioles can hang on. Rangers responding, though. They're up 15-4 on the Red Sox right now. So Man, this is going to come down to the very end. Right now, you got Tampa. Tampa would be playing Texas, and Minnesota would be taking on Toronto in the first round. But that's just too early to say. You got the Mariners still have a say in this, and looks like the Orioles, though, if they can continue to tread water, they're going to be the number 1 seed in the American League, which would be a really big thing for them. And they're actually starting to hunt the Braves down for the best record in the league.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Ironically, I mean, they're going to be, if they hold on, they're up 1-0 now. If they hold on, the Braves lost, they'd be down to 2 games behind them.
Who are they playing?
They're playing the Astros, going for a sweep of the Astros.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah, real quick to stay on baseball, Matt, I saw that you put on here the Indiana man Burton F.
Yes.
At the center of the Alabama baseball betting scandal. He's banned from all casinos and sports books.
Now, I wonder why he's not banned from casinos in Ohio, though, in other jurisdictions. Right now, this guy should be not allowed to bet anywhere.
No.
I mean, you can't do this in the way that he did it without even thinking. Who goes up and tries to bet $100,000 on a college baseball game and thinks that's not going to get noticed, and then starts mouthing off about how he has inside information? How dumb can you be?
When there was no action on the game anyway, and he was like the only guy.
Listen, we take, and that's even an SEC series of that magnitude, which is 2 good teams.
Huge, yeah, it was a huge.
We don't take that much. Like, it's just not something that a lot of people have caught on to betting yet. A lot of people don't know enough about it, and even though college baseball is starting to make a surge towards being on TV more and stuff like similar to softball, but it's not got there to the point where it's mainstream.
Yeah.
So when you start flashing around, $100,000 is going to draw interest in the NFL.
Wouldn't you get 7 or 8 guys to go bet 20,000
to bet it across the state at different places?
15,000, go drive to Minnesota or wherever else you can bet it and bet it there. And
if you're on the Indiana border, you could probably get to six sports books within a 2-hour radius to dump all that money.
It's just stupid. But anyway.
Well, he got what he deserves, so he will be no longer partaking in betting in the state of Indiana, although somehow I don't know how Ohio hasn't been.
And another guy that won't be partaking in betting is Phil Mickelson.
Yeah, Phil's in rehab.
In recovery.
Yeah, that's good.
He's in rehab. He's in recovery.
Good for him.
Yeah. Well,
I wonder what that looks like. Did this take his phone from him?
Well, I wonder if Phil had any inside information in golf and.
Well, he's had it in the stock market. We know that, or at least reported to have had, and I'm sure that he definitely has used some of that to his benefit. And
good for Phil.
Yeah, it doesn't really bother me. I know a lot of people don't like him because of that. It's just
hey, we all do it. He's one of us.
Some of the things he's probably put himself into public view more than he would want to, but. Oh, well, best wishes on a speedy recovery. If I had to take a gambling recovery, I would pick during NFL season 2.
Yes.
I'd love to go to rehab for 18
100%.
weeks. And never.
I'd be there with you.
Not have to watch the referees change the outcomes of games constantly. Just everything from your fantasy team to your bets, everything. First half bets, quarter bets, everything. The penalties, coach, the illegal contacts, the pass interference, 50-yard penalties. It's awful.
It's awful.
Really hard to watch. We're going to talk tons.
But we'll gear it up again.
Yeah, we'll gear it up for college, and that's the one good thing in the Pine Room is that we don't pay attention as much to the officiating. We don't see every call, which is a good thing because
and then once the music gets going and they really don't pay much attention to any of the games.
We just look at kind of when teams get in the red zone, somebody might say something. That's about all, and or there's a big play and some people scream, and we never know what TV it's on. But that's the part of the fun of the Pine Room. So we'll be back there for another great week. Jarrett, real quick before we jump off baseball, what are you thinking? Do the Astros hold off the Rangers and Mariners? They're only a half game up on them. They're trailing right now. What do you think about the AL West?
Man, that's a tough one. It definitely is a tough one. The Mariners are always they always seem like they make this late season push. Champ over here with his Bubba Gump hat on.
We got to get him on, Matt, and get his.
Oh yeah, we're definitely
give his
question.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got a heck of a lot of steam. But no, I think I'd like to see either team, really, the Rangers and the Mariners. I don't mind either of those teams. I just hope the Astros. I hope the Astros get knocked out. But either way,
you hate the Reds.
I do hate the Reds.
Why do you hate the Reds? I don't understand that because they're in a Pirates.
Because he knows it's going to be miserable dealing with the Reds for the next 20 years.
They're a division rival,
but they're young. They play hard, and they're.
Out of all I agree with your dad though. Out of all the teams in that division to hate, they would be the last one that I would.
Really?
I agree.
The Brewers for me. I don't.
Well, I don't hate the Brewers.
Yeah,
either,
I don't hate
the Cubs and the Cardinals.
I hate the Cubs, the Cardinals, and the Reds. I hate all.
Even though I've been on the Cubs all year, I don't like them. And the Cardinals, I'm loving this.
Yeah, it's great.
But that won't last for long, though. That's the problem. All right, so Anybody but the Astros in the West, AL West, and then that wild card spot obviously is going to come down to whoever's the odd man out in that AL West. It seems like, and I don't know. Blue Jays scare me still. They're just I don't know.
I feel like they've just been kind of skirting by all year.
I just don't think they have the big game pitchers. I don't think their guys are like Kevin Gausman and these guys. They're not mentally made up right to pitch in the playoffs. That's what would worry me about the Orioles too. That's where I think the Astros, if they get in, huge advantage to them. Texas looks very vulnerable right now. And then in the National League, the Reds got a good performance today at Hunter Green. He's back pitching pretty well. Your Fish are playing good again, Jarrett. Diamondbacks have we thought they were done a while ago. They've come back to life. Tied 1-1 with the Giants right now, and then the Cubbies. Thank God the Pirates came along because they were in trouble.
Yes.
All right. So who gets in the National League for those two spots? Reds, Marlins, D-backs, or Cubs? Or do you think the Giants have a chance to still? I think they're about done.
I think the Giants are about done. I could see the Marlins. The Marlins are playing really, really well right now. They walked off the Mets last night. Right. They're looking to win that series tonight. I think the Marlins could get in. I think the Marlins get in, and I think the Cubs hold on, get the second spot. Now probably the Reds. I think would get
3 out of the NL Central. You're calling.
That'd be unbelievable.
Yeah, I think the Reds will get in. I think the D-backs will fade out.
Can you imagine being able to parlay that at the beginning of the year? Yeah. Reds, Brewers, and Cubs all make the playoffs.
The beginning of the year was the worst division in baseball.
Yeah, and then quickly the AL Central kind of passed it, but those are the 2 bottom-feeding divisions. Yeah. And now look at it, boy, they really turned the tables, and even the Pirates have been respectable. Yeah, in the recent weeks. So.
70 wins.
Yep, baseball right around the corner. Baseball playoffs, that is, right around the corner. We have this week and next week left, and that's it. And
then the fun begins.
Playoffs will be set. In this time of day, you'll be getting home. It'll be getting dark out, and you'll be having a playoff game on. It'll be perfect. Just a great time to be alive.
As the sun comes out.
Yeah, but it's nice little cool out. It's not overly hot. It's
air quality is good.
Absolute beautiful backdrop here. The bridge around the corner. You can't see the bridge, but it's right around the corner, about a couple miles down the road.
Everybody's be thinking, what the fuck?
Where's this bridge they're talking about? I only see a
right
dock back there.
I think you could see the tippy top of it.
Yeah, I think when we're
yeah, when you stand up,
you can see a little bit of it.
But anyway,
through the trees.
Yep.
We're ready to go tomorrow.
Yes.
Which will be,
Bridge Day, right? They got people over there now. The governor was here. They got food trucks over there. And then
I think Baby Dog's there.
And they let it loose. They let it loose at 6 a.m. or whatever time tomorrow.
The food truck.
Let's just hope nobody hits any deer.
Oh, man. That's a fingers crossed.
Deer stay off the bridge.
Yes, please.
Anyway, we're going to take a break here on Bettor's Last Stand. We're going to be back, and we're going to probably be joined by a special guest as we plow through to segment 2. We got college football and pro football talk coming up. Sam won't join us today, but he is going to have his picks, so I'll have those on the social media at the Pine Room Studios and at BLS_PRP on Twitter or X. And you can find those picks posted each week, each day. And hopefully we can keep up with our 21-unit production last week. We don't have Chris here. He may be arriving at some point. But anyway, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, and we're going to jump into the college football card. It's Bettor's Last Stand from the Crooked Dock here in Wellsburg. We'll be right back.
We have to give a huge shout out to Lester and his crew at the Crooked Dock for hosting episode 54 of Bettor's Last Stand. For a great meal, great atmosphere, and a hell of a view, you can't find a place much better than this. For dine-in or takeout, visit the Crooked Dock at 3012th Street in Wellsburg, West Virginia, or order takeout at 304-737-3280. And let them know the Pine Room sent you. You're listening to Bettor's Last Stand.
All right, welcome back in. It's Bettor's Last Stand on location here at the Crooked Dock as we are ready for bridge opening day. Lots of festivities going on. The governor was here. Baby Dog was running across the bridge earlier. We got food trucks out there, people drinking, having a good time. I'm sure there's going to be fireworks tonight, I'd imagine.
Then
it opens for business tomorrow. So if you're needing to cut across the top of Ohio into West Virginia or vice versa. You don't have to go to the old places anymore, down south or further up north. So that's a good thing. Hopefully it will alleviate some of the traffic in Wheeling. I wish it could fix our potholes, but I don't think that's going to work out. But hopefully the governor came downtown Wheeling in his way up here to the Northern Panhandle, because I'm sure he couldn't be too thrilled about the way that city looks right now. But anyway, things are looking good.
That would piss him off, wouldn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Has to. But maybe not. Who knows? Political rivalries, who knows? But it's a beautiful night here at the Crooked Dock. Again, thanks to Lester for having us here for this really cool occasion. Also, our friends at Big Timber for supporting us. Wayne is in the house right now as we launch the Pine Room Lager up here at the Crooked Dock. So be sure and stop by the Crooked Dock throughout your passings in the area and get yourself a Pine Room Lager and enjoy this really cool outdoor setting and beautiful bar. And I'm sure you can watch football in here. And we're going to talk some football right now as we shift over to college. It's week number 4 already. It's really hard to imagine, actually, Coach, that it's week 4. We're about a quarter of the way through the college football season, which is probably a little bit of a concern to you.
Lester's just showed up.
Yes, Lester the man.
We're going
to have him on.
Get his best picks of the weekend. I'm anxious to hear. He say he hits it about 70%. So
probably at least.
Yeah, we need to get Lester on. He's the man up here in the north. They said.
Yes,
Listen
sir.
to Lester. He said,
"Amen."
If he was 70%, he wouldn't be selling hoagies.
That's a damn good hoagie.
Yes. And thanks to Lester for having us out. It's awesome here at the Crooked Dock. Always enjoy coming here. Great setting, just a beautiful venue,
Incredible.
Great food, great nice cold beer. And, just a fantastic establishment, and you can't beat the view. Just one-of-a-kind view.
We're going to
here.
get Lester on here shortly and talk to him about his place, what he's got cooking for the fall season and what's coming up. And looks like he's got a little band maybe set up over there for tonight. And I'm sure he has entertainment here all the time. We're going to hear about that and any other things he's doing. So love it here. This is awesome.
Yes, great stuff. And we're going to jump into the college card now, have Lester back after this portion of the show. Again, Sam won't be with us today. He'll be sending the pics, so check him out at the Pine Room Studios, BLS_PRP on X, which is still weird to call X.
Yeah, I know.
Twitter.
It's amazing.
It's Twitter. Anyway.
I actually still haven't even updated mine. Mine's still Twitter.
Silly. Nevertheless, you'll figure it out. We never knew it was going to happen, so we just keep calling it what we call it. Anyway, let's go. It's Friday on the card. You're probably listening to this on a Friday morning. And you're getting ready for college football. We got a couple of actual decent games. I don't know if they're decent, but they're big Power 5 games.
I actually like them. I like a couple.
Let's start it out with Wisconsin Badgers on the road to the Purdue Boilermakers. Wisconsin -6 flat currently, and the total 53.5. Any leans here, Coach?
Well, Wisconsin, I think it's going to take a couple years for Luke Fickell to really get it going, but I like what they're doing, and I think they're going to be really. I think they're going to be really good. I think they go in and take care of business. I like them. A heavy lean towards Wisconsin.
Okay.
I like them.
Jarrett, any opinions on that game?
Give me Wisconsin. Just not really any reason.
Just because they're the Badgers?
Yeah, just because they're the Badgers.
Yeah, and I don't really have a play here. I was leaning towards the under, but these unders in Friday night games have not treated me well, so I'll take a pass probably on this game. Moving on to the ACC matchup, it's the North Carolina State Wolfpack on the road at the Virginia Cavaliers, the lowly Virginia Cavaliers. Wolfpack -9, the total 46.5. This looks too easy to play NC State here, Coach.
I'm still staying with NC State. Okay. Virginia actually killed me last week. I bet against them, and they just, geez, Pete, they hammered me. I thought they were going to get blown out, and they ended up really playing pretty well last week. So I'm playing NC State to cover the 9.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm heavy on NC State. I think Virginia is absolutely awful, even though they did play okay last week. I can't stand watching them play. They're boring. They're just not any good. NC State all the way here.
All right, I'm going to play the game over the total. I like that. Over the 46.5. All right, moving on. Mountain West Showdown. Boise State visiting San Diego State. Although San Diego State, I don't even know what conference they're in anymore. Boise State -7 on the road. The total 45. Anything here, Coach?
Nothing there.
Yeah, I got nothing.
I'll be taking a pass. This is a 10:30 Eastern kick, I'll be
you'll
gone by then.
You'll be dead by then.
Air Force Falcons at the San Jose
the Falcons.
Yes,
I think they're good. I loved them last week. Absolutely loved them last week, and they covered for me. And
they jumped all over Utah State. Was that their playing?
Utah State
buried them.
I'm running back with the Falcons again this week. I like them.
And they played on Friday last week.
Yes,
correct?
They did.
Yeah, they seem like a pretty good team. So I'll probably run with the Falcons here
like
too.
them.
I think you're getting a pretty good number on this, and I think
agree.
this total is very low. I'm going to also play this game over. San Jose State actually has put up some points. They have that good quarterback that Schneidog put us onto early in the season, so I'm thinking some points could be coming
I like to hear that.
Game. So a couple overs there for Jarrett in the Friday window. All right, let's get down to the meat here, right in the you don't waste any time. Come right out with a big game at noon. It's the Florida State Seminole. I'm still waiting for Nick to get us this TV breakdown. Florida State on the road at Clemson. Florida State -2. The total 55 in what many people believe is the showdown for the ACC crown, at least the regular season front runner. What are you guys seeing here?
Well, after watching Florida State struggle with BC last week, had a big lead. BC had a huge fourth quarter, closed it down to within a touchdown, and actually could have won that game.
Right.
Clemson, everybody's fading Clemson after getting it handed to them. I'm gonna play Clemson at home. I'm gonna play Clemson a lean at home.
I agree, Coach. This is one of those games where the only thing I've heard so far this week is, how the hell is Florida State only giving them 2? Clemson's terrible. And to me, my ears immediately prick and say, all right, I'm going with the other side there, because that's what people think, the public thinks. And public money showing on Florida State. Jarrett, where do you come down here?
These are two teams that I don't really know how good either of them is. Like Coach said, Florida State struggled with BC last week, and then Clemson gets whacked early in the year. Playing a little bit better now, but I don't know how good either of these teams are. I think they both can probably score a little bit, so I'll probably ride the over here.
Okay, that's a really good take, because I think you hit it right there. We do not know how good these teams are.
I don't know.
Florida State had a great second half against LSU, and we don't know how good LSU is. They haven't really had to play anybody yet. So I'm a little dubious of both of these teams. I'm not sure how good they are. I agree with you, Jarrett. So I will be taking a small play on Clemson here. Nothing too major, just because they're at home and just because the public is on Florida State. All right, moving on. Army visiting Syracuse. The Orange -14 back in the Carrier Dome. It's a 50.5-point total there. Anything on this game?
Tell you what, Army looked good last week. Army played really well last week. I'm going to lean a tad to Army. I'd take the 14, and if you get the hook, I would really strongly recommend Army.
Okay, Jarrett.
Yeah, I would play Army a little bit here too. I feel like last week when they played UTSA that they always had the ball. UTSA never had the ball. I feel like
great ball control.
Yeah,
offense.
I'm gonna lean Army here too.
And I want to play this game over, but playing Army games over is always a risk, because they do go on those long drives, like 6-7 minutes.
Yeah.
But I think in the Carrier Dome, big plays tend to happen, so I'm going to lean to the over of 50.5. All right, we're going downstate, West Virginia. It's the Herd of Marshall hosting the Virginia Tech Hokies. Herd -5. This game actually opened Herd -7, so it's down to 5 now, total 41. Coach, what does that indicate to you? People are starting to get on the Hokies a little bit.
But I like this game under the total a little bit. Under total a little bit.
Okay.
That's where I'm going.
Jer, anything there?
No, I don't really have a feel here. I may just lean Marshall at home.
Yeah. I agree. I think Marshall gets the job done. I'm really actually happy that things drop down below 7. I think anything less than 7 could be a play on Marshall. I don't love it, but I'm really anti-Virginia Tech. So we'll go with that, see what happens. All right, moving along. It's Jubb's team, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, on the road to the Michigan Wolverines. Michigan -24, the total 44. Jubb gave this out, his win total of the year in college football. He needed to get to 4, actually 4 for a push. He needs to get to 5. He's already got 3. The Scarlet Knights are 3-0, so you can't argue with that kind of incredible process from your brother, Jarrett. What do you think about this game? Do the Scarlet Knights have any chance of hanging with the Michigan Wolverines?
Absolutely.
Coach says yes.
Rutgers, Michigan's hasn't covered a spread yet. I think Rutgers comes in there. They'll be ready to play.
Get well coached.
I think Rutgers. I think Rutgers bad. They can't beat them. They're not going to beat them, but I absolutely think that's too many points.
I agree. I'm going to be leaning towards the under in that game. I think Rutgers' ball control offense, well-coached defense by Schiano, and I think it's a close game. Jarrett, any opinions?
I don't know. I think Michigan's just obviously they're
due to break out.
They're heads above Rutgers. Obviously, that's why it's a 24-point spread. But I think they'll cover that 24. I don't think Rutgers can hang with them.
They may not. We'll see. All right, Big 12 battle. Yeah, that is weird. Cincinnati in the Big 12. The Oklahoma Sooners on the road at Cincinnati. Oklahoma minus 14.5. The total 57.5. Total open 60. Drops a little bit. That's really weird to see in an Oklahoma game, but that's the Brett Venables factor. The Sooners actually have a viable defense this year, Coach, for the first time in a long time. What are your thoughts? Cincinnati is not an easy place to play. No. It's on a tight college campus, small quarters, crowds right on top of you. This could be a little tricky for Oklahoma.
14.5. If you get to hook, play Cincinnati.
Okay.
Take Cincinnati. That's where I'm going.
All right. And I don't really have a play. I'd lean Cincy.
For me, I love this game over Oklahoma.
Okay.
I mean, last week I think the game it was almost over in the first half. They played. Who did Oklahoma played?
Tulsa.
Yes, that's right. I think there'll be a lot of points in this game, so I'm going to play it over 57.5. Even though it does scare me, that dropped a little bit.
Yeah.
But
some money showing on the
I do like points.
All right, let's go to the SEC. It's the Kentucky Wildcats at the Vanderbilt Commodores. Kentucky minus 13.5, total 50.5. This line looks wrong to me. I think Kentucky should be laying a little bit more than this on the road, which shocks me a little bit and worries me, Coach.
Play the Commodores getting a 13.5.
I would lean that way as well.
I'm with you there.
Yep, stay off the Wildcats. Maybe a lean to the over. They got a pretty good offense. Moving along, SMU, Battle of Texas, visiting the TCU Horned Frogs. Horned Frogs minus 6.5, total 63.5. Any opinions?
If I was going to play it, I'd play it over. I'd play the game over, but I'm probably. Well, I'm not going to stay away from it because I'll do something. But I'll play it over.
Well, the problem, Coach, is on TV, so you probably won't stay away from it. And it's a noon kick.
Nick's got to give us the rundown on the TV.
Right,
That's
right.
Huge.
Yeah, I don't even know what he's talking about there.
It's noon.
We'll move on.
What are you going to do here?
I know, it's tough, but the next two games are probably ones you could eliminate from your card.
I'm not
Tulsa at Northern Illinois and Western Kentucky at Troy. You've been on Troy a while. Nothing on them this week?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would play that game over if I play it.
Troy, Western Kentucky, over 57.5. Small play there. Let's go on to another noon showdown. It's Auburn on the road at Texas A&M. They go to College Station, catching 7.5 points. It's a total of 51.5. Sharp money showing up on the Auburn Tigers here. Jarrett, any thoughts here?
I feel like 7.5 is not enough here. I like Texas A&M. I don't think Auburn's very good, and then especially going into to College Station, the 12th man. I like Texas A&M here.
Okay, Coach.
Yes. As Aunt Kim just pulled into the house. And
Aunt Kim in the house.
Just showed up. I play Auburn. I'm getting Auburn. If I can get to 7.5.
Oh, you're going against me. Shit.
I have a slight lean to Auburn. If I can get that hook, I'll probably take them. I agree with Jarrett. I don't think Auburn's very good, but I think they're kind of trying to have a resurgence in the program, and I just don't trust Texas A&M.
Yeah, I think
A&M wins it by like a field goal. They have to squeak it out at the end, but tight game. Concord at Wheeling University. I'll go through this. Wheeling minus 24.5, total 57.5.
I really like Wheeling.
Coach will be making a suitcase bet on Wheeling.
I really like Wheeling.
He had a nice suitcase bet on Frostburg last week. Had to hold on for dear life. And then you got Concord. Concord's at Wheeling. UNC Pembroke on the road at West Liberty on homecoming. Pembroke minus 5.5.
I just can't bet West Liberty.
Yeah,
I just can't. Even though it's homecoming. Even though it's homecoming, I think it's too early for homecoming. I'm pissed off about the whole thing.
Let's go Braves.
I think the Braves, even though they're not the typical UNC Pembroke, I still think West Lib can't beat them. They'll just make too many mistakes, and it'll win by at least a touchdown.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to go against you here. I'm going to go with the Toppers. I think homecoming. Pembroke's got to travel a long way up here. It'll be I don't know if it'll be a raucous crowd at West Lib. There'll be nobody there.
Nobody will go in. There might be a lot of people.
They'll be minus a lot of people I know.
Yeah,
for sure. Sadly.
Yeah. So maybe I don't know what the fuck I'd play there.
All right. Well,
skip the next two.
Skip them down to the big showdown here. Yeah. Colorado on the road at Oregon. Oregon minus 21.
You don't even have to give any
70.5
here, Matt. I'm double star playing Oregon. Listen, their best players out.
Right.
Oregon is going to want to make a statement here. I'm telling you, they are sick of hearing about Colorado.
Yeah. Well,
I think they steamroll Colorado. I do. Colorado showed a lot of chinks in their armor against Colorado State.
Yes.
I think Oregon puts up 50 to 60 points in this game.
I think the over is a great bet.
I like
70 and a
play.
half.
I do, Matt. I like to play, and I think Oregon blaze it on them, and they are not going to take their foot off the pedal. They're sick of hearing about Colorado.
Oh, yeah. Oregon's flying under the radar here at home. It's just strange, and they're a 20-point favorite. My observations from this is the public is dumping money on Colorado. It will be the biggest liability for mostly every sports book in the country. Again,
you're not going to get beat 3 weeks.
Colorado money line. They've been all over it. They've been carrying out truckloads of money. Hopefully, we can take some of it back.
You're not getting beat 3 weeks in a row.
I don't. And I was talking to Say this morning. He was trying to talk me into Colorado, and I told him I would think I was on Oregon. I can't see Colorado sticking with them, especially with Travis out.
Is he
Travis
endorsing Colorado without Hunter plus the points?
Yeah, and he even said he's biased because he likes Dion, and I don't mind Dion.
Yeah,
Dion, you can't count out Dion ever, but I don't see him hanging, especially watching them against Colorado State last week. It just really struggled against them. And once Hunter went out, they just kind of
Oregon's going to be
things flipped. But we'll see.
They're going to be pissed
that place
off,
is going to be electric.
Tired of hearing about Colorado. They're going to make a statement that they're the best team in that. In that at least
loaded Pac-12.
One of the best teams.
3:30 kick on ABC. Don't miss it. All right, let's go to my team. Miami on the road at Temple, -24. Total 51.5. Any plays here?
Matt, unfortunately, I'm going to tell you this. I like Temple a little bit, getting to 24.
I'd lean Temple, too.
Leaning a little bit, 24, Temple. I think Miami's getting there, but I think this is a spot where Temple can cover the 24.
And I think Miami's off next week, which I don't love. I think they're kind of halfway foot out the door. They've done their good job prior to the bye. If they could say they're undefeated at the bye, I think they'd take that. So I agree. I think Temple covers in this game.
Yeah, I agree with that.
All right, let's go down to Morgantown. It's the Texas Tech Red Raiders at the West Virginia Mountaineers. Red Raiders -6 on the road. Total 55. This game opened 4, now up to 6. People are just not confident in this Mountaineer team. What do you guys?
Well, 4
straight.
Guys at? Texas Tech's beat them 4 straight.
Right, a lot of high-scoring games in there. It seems like.
Yeah, and I think there'll be points again in this game. I don't know. I don't know. I just not sold on the Mountaineers, obviously. And at Texas Tech, I don't know.
I'm not sold on them. I don't know.
This is a tough game.
I'm going
tough.
to probably play it over and just hope they go up and down the field.
Yep. I think this comes down to the last possession, whoever wins. What do you guys say?
Yeah, I agree. Both of these teams, I just don't really have a feel for how good either of them is. I don't think the Mountaineers are very good, and I don't think Texas Tech is very good, but I guess I'd maybe lean the Mountaineers here getting the 6.
Yep, we'll hope for the best. All right, let's go to the ACC. Boston College on the road at Louisville. Louisville -14, total 54.5. Boston College fought to the end against Florida State, coach. Now they leave the friendly confines of Chestnut Hill, head to Louisville. Louisville playing pretty well right now. Is BC going to get smoked here?
Yeah, this is a really good spot for Louisville. I think Louisville takes care of business here really, really well. BC played their ass off. Hell, they were leading going in the fourth quarter. I think
they took the lead. Yeah,
and played their ass off and end up losing by 10, and they laid it out. But now they got to go on the road, and Louisville, as you said, is playing well. I think Louisville's a really good play here.
Yep,
really good play.
Louisville looking to go to 4-0. All right, let's stay in the ACC. Actually, partially. Duke on the road at UConn. The Blue Devils -21.5, a total 45, dropped from an opener of 48. Any opinions here?
I like your Huskies.
All right, we need to bounce back.
I like your Huskies. If they get 21.5, I really like your Huskies.
They're a better team, definitely as an underdog. They struggle sometimes when they're actually the very few times they've ever been favored recently, but they've not done well in those games. Jarrett, any opinion?
I think I just got stung by a bee on my hand, but I think I'm going to lean. Probably lean UConn here.
Everywhere we go, you get stung.
Man.
I literally think I just put my hand on a bee. I think he was in this crack right here. And he flew
Are you all
away.
right?
I
Nurse.
think I might need a Band-Aid.
Nurse.
You might play Georgia Tech.
I was looking on here. I was looking for Georgia Tech.
It's an omen. All right.
That's exactly what I need.
Let's go.
I need a Georgia Tech cover.
Money line. Big one. All right, let's go to the Big 12. It's the BYU Cougars on the road at coaching Nick's Kansas Jayhawks. Jayhawks off a shaky performance last week, laying 9.5 here at home. The total 55.5. Coach, where do the Jayhawks go from here?
The opener for BYU, the Big 12 opener. They're going to Kansas. You know that place is going to be wild. I mean, Kansas 3-0. But as you said, they haven't played great. But I'm going to play them, given a 9.5. I'm going to play
I like
them.
it, too. I think they're just waiting to elevate their game a little bit.
I agree.
Jared, any opinion?
Yeah, I'm playing Kansas, too.
All right. Rock chalk across the board there. Florida Atlantic at Chris's Illinois Fighting Illini.
Nothing there.
The Illini minus 14. Totals dropping massively. 49 down to 47 down to 45.
What do you got?
I don't have anything there. I'm leaning
I
towards
got
the
nothing
under.
there.
All right. UCLA on the road
Huge
at
game.
Utah. Utah minus 4.5. The total 51.5. Sharp money showing on UCLA, and I'll be back in the Bruins here.
I agree.
What do you guys say?
I already
Coach
got it
on 'em?
starred.
Okay. Jared, anything?
I didn't have much of a feel here, but now that you guys are on UCLA, shit, I'm
Yeah.
on them too.
All right, let's go Bruins. Moving along, the back page here, going to drop down to Maryland on the road at Michigan State. Maryland minus 7.5. The total 52.5. Terps go on the road. Michigan State was horrible at home last week, getting crushed by Washington. I'd lean Maryland here, maybe a little bit to the over. Michigan State going through a lot of problems right now. Coaching issues, firings, all kind of stuff happening. Can they pick up the pieces, Coach, and do anything here against the Terps?
I absolutely like the opposite of what you like in both of them. I
Oh,
like
okay.
Michigan State, and I like the game
under?
under.
Okay.
I like
All
the
right.
game
wow.
under the total.
All right.
No, I was going to say I like Maryland here.
Michigan State stout defense. I think this game stays under 52.5. Actually, I like that game a lot. Under.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good. All right. Louisiana Tech and Nebraska. Anything here? Nebraska minus 19.
Nothing
Sharp
there.
money showing on Nebraska. I don't know how, but all right. Let's go to another giant game on the card. 3:30 kick CBS. It's the Ole Miss Rebels on the road at the Alabama Crimson Tide. Tide minus 7. 55.5 the total. Lane Kiffin's up to his old tricks, talking smack on Alabama. He's pissing them off. They're reinstalling the quarterback that's played Milroe. Milroe will be in. They've been better with him. I think Alabama is dangerous here. I don't love them. I don't think they're very good, but I think they're going to be fired up for this game. It's going to be tough for me to play Ole Miss. What do you think, Coach?
Potential upset here.
Oh, okay.
Potential upset. I like Ole Miss getting the 7.
I'm haughty-taughty. Ole Miss. I love Ole Miss, actually. I think Alabama's an absolute disaster right now. This quarterback situation is just...
Well, I wouldn't say they're a disaster.
Oh, my
Most
gosh.
of the teams would love to be there.
They're
It's a
starting
disaster for
I
them,
think-
maybe.
I think they're starting to panic a little bit.
A lot of teams are a disaster, but not them.
You don't think so?
No. They might be not as good as they've been, but I wouldn't call them a disaster.
The Cincinnati Bengals are
haughty-taughty, go
panicking.
Rebs.
Alabama's not. All right. Ole Miss Rebels for you two guys. All right. Let's go UT San Antonio. Johnson's Roadrunners at Tennessee. Tennessee minus 20.5. Total 57.5. I like the Roadrunners here. I think nobody's liking them at all here in this position, so I'll take the points. I don't like Tennessee after that whooping in the swamp. I think they're going to limp through this game. What do you guys think?
I think my Vols bounce back here. Watching UTSA last week, I think they were absolutely awful. I think Tennessee is going to want to get right here. Coming back, amazing. Not even in a conference game, which is I feel like week 4 by now you probably have a conference game.
Well, they played theirs last week and skipped it back then on.
Yeah.
So, Coach, anything?
I'm playing
here?
Tennessee here too.
I like Tennessee a lot.
UTSA's
All right. Roadrunners better raise their game. I will say that. It's not been pretty lately. All right, another game between two teams who have been not very good. Oklahoma State on the road at Iowa State. The Cyclones somehow minus 3.5. Somebody had to be favored here. 36.5. You believe that of an Oklahoma State game? A total of 36.5.
And I would play this under.
I mean, those are two really bad teams right there. I agree, Coach. I think
I would
under
stay with
is
the under.
play.
36.5. It's people are going to say, "Oh, geez, Louise, that's easy to get over." Nope.
No.
Under's the play.
Not for these feeble offenses. No. I think both of them are really bad. All right, let's go to Jarrett's game here. It just became Jarrett's game a couple minutes ago. Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets at the Wake Forest Demon Deacons. And no, the Demon Deacon didn't come sit on his lap. It was a Yellow Jacket in between his fingers. Wake Forest minus 4, total 59.5. Actually opened Wake minus 7. Dropping money showing on the Yellow Jackets. I had them last week. I bet the game early, 20.5, so I was able to get the cover, but a lot of people didn't when Matt Jones scored late in the game for Ole Miss, a walk-on to cover the spread if you bet the game the day of. So a tough beat if that was your fate. Jarrett, I guess you're going with the Yellow Jackets.
Yeah, I just think Wake Forest is not very good. Last week they played who'd they end up playing? They played
Ooh, slipping
and I bet that game, and they killed me. They absolutely killed me.
And they weren't good. That's for sure.
Oh my gosh!
I don't remember
who did they play.
Oh yeah, because you kept cheering. You kept.
They killed me last week, and just watching them, I about fell asleep. So I'm going to go with Georgia Tech here, especially that I just got stung by a bee.
I'm playing the other way. I like Wake.
Okay.
I like. Wake.
Well, your boy's gone though. Hartman.
Yeah, I know, but I'm playing Wake at home against Georgia.
I'll be on Georgia Tech here again. I like this team. I think they're a little up and coming. They're going to be dangerous here. I think they might have a chance to win, but we'll see. All right, Arizona at Stanford. Anything there in that great Pac-12 battle? The Pac-12 has been very good this year, but these are not two of the better teams. Arizona -12 on the road, 58.5. Anything there, Coach?
I'm sitting this one out.
Okay, let's go to a colossal showdown here.
Game.
Really good game here
Really
in Pullman as the Oregon State Beavers on the road at the Washington State Cougars. Beavers -3 on the road, 57 the total. Now, I've heard a lot of grumblings about this game, too. How in the world can Washington State be a dog at home? So that tells me the line looks weird. I agree. I thought Washington State would be a slight favorite here, so I will be playing Oregon State based on the weirdness of that line and the fishiness of it. What do you say, Coach?
I like Washington State.
Okay.
I like them at home getting the 3 points. I think it's two really good quarterbacks here. This quarterback that Pac-12 is loaded with quarterbacks. I think this is going to be a great game. This is a great 7 o'clock game.
Looking forward to that.
This is a little under the radar kind of game back east because this is it's going to be a dandy.
No, I agree with you. I'm looking forward to that.
That's a dandy.
One of the top ones at the 7 o'clock hour.
Yep.
Moving on to another one, SEC battle. Jarrett, did you have any opinion in that? Beavers and Cougs?
Washington State maybe lean a little bit there, but not much. I am looking forward to that game, though. I think Washington State is pretty good.
Yeah, I like both these. I like when both these teams are good. I like the environments at their games. It's neat. Small towns and very excited, raucous crowds. Arkansas at LSU, SEC showdown. LSU -17.5. Total 55.5. I don't really know if either one of these teams are very good. I'd lean slightly to Arkansas here, but I don't know.
I'm playing Arkansas here. I like them getting that 17.5. I really do. I think they're going to play them really tough.
It's a rivalry game. That's a really big game.
I think they're going to play them tough. I think it's going to be a really, really, really good game, and I think Arkansas gets the cover.
Okay.
Yep, I'm on Arkansas, too. Woo, Pig Suey.
Pig Suey.
I actually I don't know how good LSU is.
Yeah.
I'm not really high on them.
I'll be anxious
two
to see
good baseball schools, that's for sure.
Right. I'll be anxious to see how Florida State fares at noon, and it may impact what I do in that game because I agree. I'm a little questionable on LSU. Moving along, Charlotte at Florida. Florida comes. They're staying in the swamp to host Charlotte in a basically a game that doesn't matter at all. They'll show up and win the game, but I would lean Charlotte in this game if I had to make a pick. If I can get 28 in a hook, I would take it. Any opinions here?
Florida rolls again.
Oh, okay.
Florida is playing well, coming off that massive win over Jarrett's club. I think they rock and roll.
Okay, good. All right, and then this game is an interesting game. We're going to Laramie, Wyoming. The Appalachian State Mountaineers on the road to Wyoming Cowboys. This is my top college play of the week.
Oh, whoa.
The Wyoming Cowboys -2.5. Appalachian State's going to struggle here at elevation. And Wyoming, a very good team at home. I think this
gave Texas all they wanted.
Is a little bit too low. Yep, and I really like the Cowboys here. I'd bet them anything under a touchdown here. I think they roll App State. And probably a little bit of a lean to the over.
I better get up in the ceiling here.
Really like Wyoming there. It's my best bet. All right, let's keep it going. Sam Houston State Bearcats at Dana Holgorsen and the Houston Cougars. Cougars -12.5, total 38. Now, this Sam Houston State team, I went over this on Bettor's Last Stand last week. If you missed it, go back and listen. How bad they are on offense. They barely amassed 200 total yards on the season.
Oh my gosh!
They're like they may be historically horrible. So under is getting pummeled right now. It's 38 right now. I'm sure that's going to continue to drop. Any opinions on that game?
None.
I got nothing there.
All right. Well, and then the big game here. A lot of Pine Room guys will be interested in this for the welfare of the Doyle family. Ohio State at Notre Dame. Ohio State -3, 3.5, depending on where you're shopping. I even saw some 2.5s out there. Total 55.5. This is a weird game. It's I don't know what to expect. I don't know how good either one of these teams are, but I will tell you this. The sharp action is on Ohio State. This game, preseason in the summer, they were laying over a touchdown. So the pro guys, if they took Notre Dame back there plus the 7.5, they're now coming back with Ohio State on the 3, and they think it'll fall somewhere in between. And the public is all over Notre Dame. We've taken a lot of Notre Dame money, and this is really weird for us. We usually are all Ohio State. That worries me for the Doyles in Notre Dame. I'm going to be pulling for Notre Dame in this game, obviously, but the bet to me is Ohio State, which I'll probably sit out because I can't watch and stomach it. What do you guys say?
Boy, this is a really tough one. I mean, I'm going to
probably
maybe just play the game over the total.
That's exactly.
I think it's definitely an over.
I was going to say that's one of my favorite bets of the week. I think this game over. This
all
prime time. I mean, it's such a massive game. Marvin Harrison for Ohio State, that they'll be targeting him all day, and then Sam Hartman. I think they're going to be wanting to put on a show for everybody how big this game is. So I really like the over here, 55.5.
I think Hartman's the X factor, as coach has been saying. Thing about it is, if Notre Dame, if he even falls behind, they'll throw every play, and he's good enough to throw and score points. And even if they backdoor him or put the game over late, if they're getting blown out, so that's why I think the over is probably the safest play there.
Yeah.
So again, sharps on Ohio State, public on Notre Dame early on there. All right, let's go back to the SEC. UAB, Georgia 42, total 54. Anything there?
I like UAB to cover this game.
Okay.
It's weird. Georgia has not blown anybody out yet. I think UAB covers.
Okay,
42.
I'll lean that way.
Will they
too.
win a game? No way, but. 52 to 10, 52 to 52-14.
Because of that, I'm playing the over.
Okay.
I love those games with the big spreads over. Love that.
Yeah, they haven't got us to the finish line.
I know, not much, though.
All right, the team that played Georgia tough last week and couldn't get it over for us, Mississippi State, is on the road at those Gamecocks that I was speaking of. Gamecocks -6, total 50.5. South Carolina gave a good effort. Do they come home and lay an egg here, or do they blow out Mississippi State, who I think is terrible?
I think they take care of business.
Yeah.
I think Spencer Rattler and the gang take care of business here. I think they cover this double digits.
I think Mississippi State, they were one of my picks for the worst team in the SEC.
I think they cover
suck.
double digits. I think it's a really good play, South Carolina.
Yep, agreed. Jarrett, anything there?
Yeah,
You
I'm
like
on South Carolina too.
Okay. All right, let's go. Anything on Akron, Indiana? I doubt it. That's a really good game, folks. It's not even on television. ESPN Plus for that one. All right, Big Ten Network, Snooze Fest. You've been drinking all day. You had about 12 Pine Room Lagers. You got a big meal. You're tired. Put this game on. Big Ten Network, 7:30, Minnesota and Northwestern. Minnesota -11.5 to total, 38.5. Anything here?
Playing it under.
Horrible. I have
playing it under.
Well, that's shocking, Coach.
I'm playing it
can't.
under.
Yeah, got to be an under there. Memphis at Missouri. Anything here? Missouri -7, 54.5. I like Memphis a touch.
I do too. I like Memphis. Missouri, played really well. 61-yard field goal to win it over Kansas State.
Poor Nick.
Nick almost jumped in the fire. But I like Memphis getting the points.
Yep, agreed. All right, big showdown. Well, I thought this was going to be a big showdown. It's lost a little bit of luster, but our hearts will be on Baylor. Our brains will probably be on Texas. It's the Longhorns at the Bears. Longhorns -15, total 51.5 at Baylor. I'm
playing Baylor. I like Baylor a little bit at home. I do. I
think Baylor's probably not performed up to standards,
No, they have
so
not.
they're probably a little dangerous here. I don't know.
I'm playing
Jarrett?
Baylor.
I don't know. I hate to say it. I just think
Wishful thinking.
Baylor, my goodness, I just don't think they're very good. I think Texas is probably the smart play, but we'll hope for Baylor.
Yeah, agreed.
I hope Jake gets a touchdown.
Yes, that'll be cool. All right, Buffalo at Louisiana. Anything there?
Like Louisiana Lafayette there a lot.
Okay.
Like them a lot.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
And our papers are blowing.
We're losing our papers.
Maybe into the river.
Well,
It looks like
I'll let one of them
Job's
get it.
coming to our
Job's going to come rescue me.
And rolling down here, we're headed to
Thanks,
Iowa, Penn State.
Yes, Iowa, Penn State, another great game. I'm just kidding. It's if you want to take another nap, it's probably a good time to put that game on CBS. 7:30 kickoff, which is really weird too to say it's on CBS. It'll be the Hawkeyes visiting the Penn State Nittany Lions. Nittany Lions -15, total 40. I don't know anywhere to go but under here.
Surprisingly, I'm playing this game over.
Whoa, Coach!
I will put up 41 points last week. Now I know that they didn't do it against a very good opponent, but Penn State's very good. Iowa's got a great defense. But I'm going to play this game over just on a hunch.
Okay,
on a hunch.
Sometimes those are the best plays to
play
make.
it over.
If you're on the over, I'm on the over.
Yeah, and I really would like to play Penn State here, but
I know
playing -15 is tough when the
tough.
total's so low. So
yes.
I'll be passing on that. All right, so Coach on the over there. North Carolina at Pitt. This game's intriguing to me for some reason. North Carolina -7.5 on the road, total 50. Pitt was about as bad as a team could be last week. Jerkovic, probably the worst quarterback in the history of sports.
And they're starting him again.
And he's back. Narduzzi's getting arrogant. North Carolina, I just don't know about this team. Like sometimes they really impress me. Drake May's really good.
Got a
They
great running
should
back.
destroy
They
Pitt.
should.
But will they? That's the problem I got with this game. This looks so easy to me. This is to me, is like automatic bet everything you have on North Carolina. If you can get to 7 flat, but I know those games, Coach, they don't usually work out like that.
I know.
So where are you going?
I'm playing Carolina still.
Okay.
I can't bet Pitt. I can't.
I won't be betting Pitt.
I'm with you guys with North Carolina. I think Pitt is so bad.
Yeah, they got an idiot coach, a terrible quarterback,
Yes.
and they'll have no fans at this game. It'll be empty. Yep. All right, Tar Heels are passed for us. All right, James Madison at the Utah State Aggies. Anything here? I like James Madison.
I do too.
Okay.
I do too.
All right. Let's go down to another Big 12 matchup. Strangely enough, it's the University of Central Florida Knights on the road at the K-State Wildcats. K-State opened at 7, went to 6.5. Now it's down to 4.5, actually, before we came on. I like Kansas State in this game, but the line's going the wrong way on me here. Coach, you're very high on UCF. I thought K-State would bounce back, but I'm worried now.
I like UCF a lot. I like the way the numbers moving. I think they're the best team out of the 4 that came into the Big 12. I think they're going to make a statement here. I think they'll go in there, and I actually wouldn't mind betting them on a money line, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm starting to get off that play real quick.
Yep.
I'm with you there. I think maybe some points in this game. I think UCF will score some here. Maybe it's slightly into the over for me. Going to the Big 12. No, Big 12. Pac-12. USC on the road at the Arizona State Sun Devils. USC. Seems like every time they play it's like a 30-point spread.
Yes.
Hope they play somebody good someday. Total 61. What happens here in Tempe?
Next week, USC, Colorado. So that's.
Do you think that's a look-ahead spot maybe? They got one eye on Dion?
I think Arizona State covers, though.
I would
Arizona
agree.
State's terrible, but I think they cover.
Yeah, I agree. I think they hang around. Maybe a little backdoor action there. Just how you like it on a Pac-12 Saturday night. Jarrett, anything on that?
Not much. Nothing there, really, for me.
All right, another Pac-12 battle. California on the road at the Washington Huskies, a team we've been very high on here on Bettor's Last Stand. Huskies minus 21, total 59.5, now down from 63 the opener. Cal's scored some points, though, this year, which is interesting. They usually don't. Washington, extremely impressive on the road last week. Is there any reason that they won't blow the Golden Bears out, Coach?
Not. Washington's really, really good. I look for them to take care of business here, 4 touchdowns.
Okay.
Yep, I'm on Washington, too. Penix is too good.
He is really good. Right now, I'd put him a front runner to win the Heisman, but that's probably not
We'll
the
see
case.
how Sam Hartman does.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. Anything in these final 2 games?
Nope.
Kent State at Fresno,
I'll
New
be in
Mexico.
bed.
Hawaii Rainbow Warriors
At
return to
midnight.
the island after that beatdown.
I'll be in bed.
We got Jeff Doyle entering the house right now. I can see him coming into the lot right here. All right, we're going to take a break here on Bettor's Last Stand. We're going to come back, get into our next segment, probably have Lester on, maybe Champ to give us some NFL plays. Still waiting on Chris to show. Maybe even put Mr. Doyle on here to get his opinion on the Notre Dame game. Maybe give us an analysis. And maybe intern Derek to give us an opinion on the Bills.
Yeah.
It's Bettor's Last Stand coming to you from the Crooked Dock here in Wellsburg on Bridge Day in Wellsburg. We'll be right back after this.
Reminder, this show is for informational and entertainment purposes only. All wagering activities should only be conducted by those 21 years of age or older and within the confines of federal, state, and local law. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, contact 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-426-2537. All right, men, load the cannons and hold the line. You're listening to Bettor's Last Stand.
All right, welcome back in. Bettor's Last Stand from the Crooked Dock here on Bridge Day in Wellsburg. A big event. Thanks again to Lester and his crew for having us here. Beautiful night, beautiful backdrop. And now we're joined by this beautiful stud right here. He's going to give us some NFL picks. It's Georgie, the champ, Kettlewell. He hasn't been around much lately, but you're going to see a lot more of him now that it's football season. He's in the Pine Room every week. He's probably the sharpest guy we have up there right now. Him and Nick probably 2 best handicappers in the Pine Room. But I don't know. Without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to him. I mean, like Coach was saying, this is something you're just not going to get anywhere else in the world.
I mean, I lean on people for bets like college and, baseball bets. But when it comes to the NFL, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you right now, this guy studies it. He lives it. He knows it. He works it. it's in his blood. He wakes up on Tuesday after the Monday night game and starts to prepare for Thursday. And then when Sunday hits, it's like you got to get out of his way. I mean, he's incredible.
A revolutionary, really.
Well, yeah, exactly. So I'm proud to have him here, Matt. To be honest with you, not only is it Bridge Day, it's we've got the best handicapper in the business with us, and we're about to embark on about a 20-minute trip here that is going to take you to Moneyland,
the far side of the earth. You want
to make money? Listen to this guy.
Yes, this is must see. Hopefully you're following him on social media. I'm sure he's got all the social media accounts. Very active.
All the women in Wheeling know him. All the women that have a large breast know him,
and all the men want to be him.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, I just wish I had his portfolio.
So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, here he is from parts unknown. George, the animal, Ric Flair, all wrapped up in one. He doesn't have a green tongue, but he has a big tongue. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Throw it at him, Matt. Let's go.
All right, it's pro football. It's week 3. We're at the Crooked Dock on Bridge Day. George Kettlewell is in the house. We're going to take you through the week 3 card in pro football. This is where you're going to find the winners. This is where you're going to pay for your kids' college right here on Bettor's Last Stand with the champ. A couple things to hit on before we go into the card. Favorites last week, actually favorites through the 2 weeks, 18-14, and that's straight up. And then 11, 20, and 1 ATS throughout the first 2 weeks. Favorites of 3 points or less are 7 and 8 straight up, 4, 10, and 1 ATS. Road teams 19 and 13 straight up, 20, 11, and 1 ATS. And the overs and the unders. Interesting.
The amazing stat of the year.
Over 4 and 12 week 1, 13 and 3 last week, Coach. Crazy
Unbelievable.
Stuff.
But we said on Monday night it would those unders would be good on Monday after it went 13-1 on Sunday.
And and occasionally, folks, you're going to be on. You're going to have the right play. It's just not going to work out. The under was the play in that Steeler game. If they don't get to 2 defensive scores, that's an absolute cigar smoking under. So anyway, tough loss there if you had that, but. You were on the right side. All right, Thursday night's game won't be by the time we tape this, but, Champ, any opinions on the 49ers and the Giants? 49ers minus 10.
This is how it went. The New York Giants played at home. They made a great big comeback last week and won the game, but they're playing out San Francisco. They are the real team. You have to take the San Francisco 49ers.
That's a really good, really strong play.
I'll tell you what, they're not going to lose.
I think the Giants shit in their hat this week.
Yes, they did. I mean, they're not going to come back 4 touchdowns and beat the 49ers.
No, that's Brad's team. You think Brad should be resting easy? You think it'll be an easy win?
Yeah, Brad, he's proud of his team. I don't blame him.
Yeah, absolutely. Any opinions on the total in that game? Over, under? What do you think? Low scoring?
It's 45.
That's all right. Stay with
If
the
you don't like something, it's okay. All right, let's go down. 1 o'clock. Kick on Sunday. It's the Chargers at the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings minus 1. The total 54. This is a dead even game. 2 teams 0-2, Champ. Something's got to give here.
I tell you what, Minnesota don't have it. And I think the Chargers are going to come into Minnesota and beat them.
All right, that's a good play.
I like that. Coach, any opinions?
No, I like the Chargers there also.
Okay.
Good play, Champ.
Both those guys on the Chargers. I'm on the Chargers as well. And a little lean to the over there. I think there could be some points in that game. All right, let's go. Tennessee at Cleveland. Cleveland minus 3. The total 39.5. This game opened at 5 before Nick Chubb was ruled out for the year, dropped down to 3. I like under here. I don't know. This game worries me.
Tennessee's going to beat Cleveland.
Okay, all right. Well, anything else to go back that up? Why? Derrick Henry? He's too tough to tackle?
Nick Chubb's hurt.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you what, Derrick Henry, what a running back.
Yeah, he's really good. Coach?
No, I think without Nick Chubb, Cleveland's in big trouble. And that's sad. I said it before, said it on the radio show, class guy.
Yeah.
Really a first-class individual. Even the goofy Steeler fans gave him a standing ovation.
Yeah, they don't do that for anybody.
No, and they gave him a standing ovation. And you hear everybody, all his teammates, all the people around the league talk about what a first-class guy is. Just a Great guy. It's a horrible loss for the Browns. If the Browns were going to have a good year, they were going to ride Nick Chubb.
Now they signed Kareem Hunt today. I don't know if he can get back to what he once was, but
it's tough. But it's a tough loss, and I like Tennessee to come. I'm with Champ.
Champ, do you think the Browns are going to struggle going forward the rest of the season? Yeah, are you thinking the injuries are going to be too much?
Unless they have another good running back, and I don't know who they are, but Chubb was healthy.
Yeah, they could be dangerous.
They could be dangerous, and they could have beat the Steelers last week.
Chubb doesn't go out, they win that game.
Exactly.
Yep. No, I agree with you guys. I lean to the under in that ball game. All right, Houston on the road, division battle here, AFC South. It's the Texans at the Jaguars. Jaguars now up to -10 from the opener of -7. The total in this game, 44. These division games tend to play close. Champ, Texans and Jaguars, it looks too easy to take the Jaguars, but is that where you're going?
Exactly. That's where I'm going. Jacksonville Jaguars will beat Houston.
They'll cover the
cover
spread?
The 10?
I don't know if they're going to cover, but...
Money line bet, huh?
Money line.
I like Jacksonville to cover that 10.
Yeah, really Jacksonville off not so great red zone performance. Misleading game. Chiefs played very stingy defense, which is nice to see out of them. Jaguars did not capitalize in the red zone. Had a lot of near misses in the end zone. Guys couldn't keep their feet in and various things. I think they played a little bit better than the outcome that they got there. So I think the Jags... Yeah, I could be in trouble here. I gave Houston out as an over bet. They're just, I don't know. They're gonna get better, but I just don't know if they're ready here. It's gonna be tough. I like the Jags as well, but covering 10 is never easy in the NFL. All right, big game here. New England on the road to the Jets. New England -2.5. The total 37. New England has struggled. They're 0-2, but they've looked good at times. They've duped me and Coach, sucked us in twice. We were on the wrong end of it both times. The Jets without Aaron Rodgers. Zach Wilson looked horrible last week. I'm not sure the Jets' defense is that good, but I don't know. This game has a lot of storylines.
A lot of variables.
Belichick against Wilson. I really like that advantage. I lean Patriots. Champ, where are you going here?
I'm going with the Jets.
So am I.
Okay.
So am I.
Champ and Coach on the Jets. Okay. All right. I can see that. Jets at home, going to be tough. I don't know. That's a huge game. Can you imagine Bill Belichick being 0-3, Champ?
Oh,
what do you think he's going to be?
When's
What
the
kind of
last time
mood
that happened?
you think he's going to be in? Not going to be
good.
happy.
He'll wake up cranky.
Yeah. He'll be gone.
Mommy, where's Daddy?
Mommy, with Daddy.
All right. Staying in the NFC. Actually, we were in the AFC. Shifting over to the NFC. New Orleans Saints on the road at the Green Bay Packers. Packers -2, total 42.5. 9 straight games. The last 9 straight for the New Orleans Saints have been under the total, Champ. I like the under in this game, but I need a side here. Saints or Packers, where did you go?
He didn't have anything checked. He must be.
Ooh, tough one, man.
It's a tough one. I can't call it.
All right, Mark, what do you say?
I'm with him. That's a tough one. I don't know either.
Saints off of an ugly win on Monday Night Football. Packers off an ugly loss on the road in a game in which they should have won, and they blew it late against the Falcons. I would tend to lean Green Bay here just a tad, but I don't love it either. I do like the under, though, in this game. I think that's a really, really good bet, 42.5. If you can get it before it goes below 42, I'd recommend it highly. All right, Denver on the road at the Miami Dolphins. Dolphins taking a lot of praise right now, -6.5. Total 48, Champ. Total open to 45, bet up to 48. Where are you guys going here?
Miami.
I think if this game stays under a touchdown, you got to lay the lumber on Miami. I think Miami's really good.
I do too.
And
Denver's not good.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, uh-oh. Yeah, and Champ likes Miami too. All right. Moving on.
He's choked up. The Dolphins got him choked up.
Moving on.
All right, I like the over.
This is one of his favorite plays.
I like the over in that
over
game.
Miami game.
Over in that game.
Okay. All right.
Cough it up there, big fella.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You're good. All right. All right.
Okay.
All right. He's a cold
He
swig
loves
of
this next
Bud
game.
Light.
This might be his play of the
the
day.
NFL gets him choked up like a big set of tits in his face. All right.
Yikes.
Buffalo Bills on the road at the Washington Redskins. Bills -6.5. Total 44.
Buffalo will murder the Washington Commanders.
Yeah, well, you
don't
think
think
they're
there's
going
a
to kill them,
chance?
huh? I really like the Commanders in this game. I think they got a chance to win. You don't think they have any chance to win?
Who's their quarterback for Washington?
Sam Howell, guy from North Carolina.
I like the Commanders too.
Yeah.
I do. I like him.
But hey, who are we to go
and if
against
they could
the
get to a
great
touchdown, I'd really like it.
Yeah, so you think Buffalo goes in there and steamrolls them, huh?
Oh, Easy.
Blow their brains out?
Easy.
Yep.
Okay.
Easy. Wow. Easy peasy.
So, like, you don't think Washington can beat anybody?
I'm not saying that, but
what could they beat?
What could they beat?
They can't beat their meat. That's how.
All right. That does it for that one. All right. Atlanta on the road at Detroit. Detroit minus 3.5. The total 46. I don't do this very often. I'm going to preempt you here, champ. I don't do this very often.
Go ahead.
And I'm not sure that I'm going to give it out as a 10-star. But this is, if it's not a 10-star, it's a 9.5 star that I'm giving right here on the Detroit Lions minus 3 or 3.5 if you can find it.
Wow.
That will be a very large play for me.
And that's he's got a check mark next to that, Matt.
Do you like the Lions as well? If you're on the Lions, I'm going to feel more confident. Oh, you are.
Right,
Thank goodness. All right. Well, champs on the Lions. I'm giving that as my NFL best bet of the week. Coach, where do you fall in this game?
Matt. Same way.
Okay.
Same way. Lions will bounce back. That was a horrible loss to Seattle at home. They should have won that game.
And Atlanta, and again, I was down on Atlanta. You guys were high on them. I see where you're at. They're going to beat the bad teams. I think they're going to do a good job beating the mediocre teams. But the better teams, I don't think they can beat with Desmond Ridder as quarterback. So him on the road here, he hasn't played out of Atlanta this year, and I think the Lions roll them here after a bad performance last week. Hopefully what the hell is their coach name? Their coach's name?
Whose?
The Lions.
Campbell.
Yeah.
Dan Campbell.
Dan Campbell's going to have him ready. He's going to have the Lion at practice running around. He's going to be ready to go. All right, Colts at Ravens. The Battle of Baltimore is
one of my better plays here, guys.
The Ravens minus 8 to total 45. All right, we'll start it off with Coach. Where'd you go?
Gardner Minshew quarterbacking for the Colts.
It's an upgrade.
That's what I was going to say. Probably is an upgrade. But I think the Ravens just rock them. I like the Ravens a lot here.
Champ?
Baltimore's going to win that game easy.
Easy? Okay.
I like him. I like Baltimore.
Put it on cruise control for the Ravens. I'm not going to take a play on that game, but I'll be rooting for the Ravens. Hopefully they can move to 3-0. All right, Carolina on the road at Seattle. The Seahawks minus 6, the total 42. Seattle bounced back last week with a nice performance, good win on the road. Carolina struggled, looked okay at times on Monday night, but actually they didn't look okay. That game was terrible. But I think Carolina's a tad better than what they're getting labeled as. I'll be taking the 6 here. Champ, where did you end up here?
I'll tell you what, Baltimore will win that game. They're playing at home.
Oh, yeah, no, we did. You already gave us Baltimore.
Oh, we at Seattle?
We're at Carolina, Seattle, yeah.
Seattle, we're going to.
You're going to be on Seattle. Do you think they can cover that 6, or is it going to be tight?
It'll be a tight game.
Okay, I like Carolina.
All right, me too. Me and Coach on Carolina.
Right.
There. All right, moving along. The Dallas Cowboys at the Arizona Cardinals. Cowboys minus 12. Total 43.5. Champ, I got nowhere to go here. Everybody's telling me Dallas. What are you saying?
Well, if they lose that game at Arizona, they're in trouble. I'll take Dallas.
Yeah, Arizona.
But can they cover the 12?
Arizona blew that huge lead.
Right. Against the Giants.
They blew that, and that had to take the wind out of their sails, Champ. I think Dallas goes in there and steamrolls them. Steamrolls them.
All right.
What do you say?
Right.
No, he's in agreement.
Oh, and then now we got to talk about your next team.
Oh, boy. The
about
Bears.
Your team.
Where do we go wrong? Justin Fields says he's been overcoached the last 2 weeks.
I've been on him twice, and I can't figure out the Bears.
I can't either. They're
the Bears.
A 12.5-point road dog here at
It'll
Kansas
never
City.
work.
Ain't enough.
47.5 the total.
It'll never work.
You're on the Chiefs heavy?
Oh, yeah.
Like how heavy? All right. Well, the Chiefs it is right there. We're not quite in Atlanta Braves playoff mode yet. Chiefs, they're going to cover the 12.5? It's a lot of points.
Hey,
you were bitching about the Chiefs last week.
Don't beat them like a redheaded stepchild.
Remember, they couldn't score against Jacksonville.
Chiefs will put up 40, Champ.
All right.
Bears stink.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
Stink, man.
I actually like the under in this game.
As Matt Ham said, stink, man.
Yeah. All right, both of our prognosticators on the Chiefs here. All right, and then the Sunday night game.
Ooh, tough one here.
The Steelers, D.D. Steelers, on the road at the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders minus 2.5.
I'll be watching this game in D.D.'s basement.
I'll be watching it in bed, Rob, hopefully.
Hey,
Steelers opened 1, and now they're a 2.5-point dog here. Money's showing on the Raiders. What do you think, Champ?
I'll be watching this in Dee Dee's basement, Champ.
They're going out west. I'll tell you what, Las Vegas will win that game.
There'll be a lot of Steeler fans there.
I like that, Champ. I like that pick. That's a brave pick.
I agree. I think they'll win.
That's
I'm
a brave
on
pick.
The Raiders. Coach, thoughts?
Oh, boy. That's a tough one. I'm going to be with Dee Dee that night, so I'm going to have to wear my I got an old Ben Roethlisberger jersey from when he played in the All-Star game, and I'm going to – or the NFL – what's that?
Pro Bowl?
Pro Bowl. I got a Pro Bowl.
I thought you meant the OVAC All-Star game.
Pro Bowl,
he might have been in that.
Pro Bowl Roethlisberger jersey. I've got it. Well, I'll be with Dee Dee. I got to play the Steelers.
All right, Coach.
I'm sorry.
Coach on the Steelers. All right. And then Monday Night Football, doubleheader. Champ, let me ask you this. Are you a fan of these Monday Night Football doubleheaders, the two games? Are you like that?
Champ can't get enough football. It could be a triple header.
You're at the Warwood Vets Club with Ace, usually. Usually a pretty good crowd on hand. Weeks is usually down there. What is that good? You like two games? Or is it too much to focus on?
No,
you don't care? Take it or leave it?
There could be 5 games on Monday Night Football, one ball.
You don't give a shit. The more the merrier.
That's
right.
The
more the merrier.
You're dialed in. You know what you're doing. And most people they can't keep track of one game, let alone 5. But you're able to do that, and that's why you win. That's
right,
why you win.
Exactly.
All right, Monday night, Philadelphia at Tampa. The Eagles at the Bucs. Eagles -5. The total 46. They opened a 7-point favorite here.
I got a good play here.
It's down to 5.
I got a good play.
Bucs have been pesky, Champ.
I got a good play.
Where are you heading here?
I got a.
Mark seems to like something.
I got
here.
about a 4-star here.
Ooh. Well, let's go to Coach then.
I really like Tampa here.
Me too.
I've undersold Tampa all year, and I bet your stinking Bears against them last week. Yeah, well, you should laugh. Embarrassing. And I think Tampa with Baker Mayfield's playing a little better than everybody thought.
They're doing a good job protecting him, Coach.
And the Eagles have not shown that they're the old Eagles. I think the Bucs give them all they want. I know
agree.
you got a check mark by the Eagles there, but what do you say?
But can they cover that 5?
Hear it. Let's hear it from beginning to end. Go. Fly.
Philadelphia.
You saying this? Fly, Eagles, fly. Up to the sky.
Fly.
Yes.
He knows every word of that song. Right?
Every word.
All right. What's it going to be then, Eagles? They fly, or did the Buccaneers shoot them down with a cannonball?
It'll never work.
For who?
What? For the
Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay. So the Eagles roll?
Okay.
Eagles steamroll?
Boy, he doesn't. I tell you what, he lays it on the line.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't get phased.
No,
We're here heckling him, and he doesn't get phased at all. All right. Final game of the week, 8:15 kick, Monday Night Football, the double dip. The Rams on the road at the Bengals. The Bengals now down to -2 after opening 7.5, which I was lucky to get a piece of the 7 on Monday morning. 43.5 the total. I think the Rams have been, next to the Bucs, Coach, I think the Rams have been the team that, not to say I was super low on, but they've kind of somewhat impressed me. They're better than I expected.
If the Bengals go 0-3, they're done. They're done.
Is Burrow going to play, Champ?
Yeah, that's a big question. This is a must-win game for the Bengals.
Yeah, I agree.
They're done if they
The Rams never win coming back east. You wouldn't expect them to. I got that big number early in the week, and I'm happy about that, but I would not be taking the 2. So I would be Bengals or pass right here.
All right, so, Champ, the sun is setting. The night is winding down. The beer is tasting good.
The tops are about to come off.
Yikes. Give us the play of the day. Bengals, Rams, go.
Like you said, if they don't win this game,
they'll be 0-3.
They'll be 0-3.
Joe Burrow might be out for the year. So you're saying take the Bengals.
Who's the backup quarterback?
That's a great question. I don't know. Probably
Kenny Anderson.
No, I thought it was Greg Dush.
Greg Dush.
Who played quarterback on your flag football team when Turk was playing with you?
Tommy Dudak.
Yeah, Tom Dudak's playing. Right. Yeah, that's got to be who they go to right
So
now.
he didn't give us a pick. We had the drum rolling.
Somewhat Bengals, but not really convincing. Nothing, huh? All right. Well, hey,
man,
when the great one is finished, he's finished.
Right.
All right. Let me ask you about a couple college games. I know you haven't prepared, but these ones
Give him about 3.
You're very, very astute on these, and you don't really need a whole lot of studying when it comes to college. You know these teams inside and out. You know the rosters.
3 big ones.
You know the coaches. You know the bands, the fight songs, the cheerleaders, how big their tits are, all that stuff. All right. Let's go right to it. right out of the fucking chute. It's
High State Notre Dame.
Okay, well, we can start with
Let's
that
go with High State
All right.
Notre Dame.
Ohio State Notre Dame to start it out.
Go.
Ohio State -3 on the road at Notre Dame. What are your thoughts on that game?
They playing at Ohio State or Notre
Dame?
Notre Dame.
At Notre Dame. I thought you'd know that. Usually you don't miss. You don't. Usually you're on that.
Let's see.
Rally, sons of Notre Dame, sing your voices and sound our fame. Raise our gold and blue and cheer with voices true. Rah, rah for Notre Dame.
All right, anything?
All right, what are you going? Or are you going O-H-I-O?
Ohio State will win that game.
Oh, there we go.
Champ is on the Buckeyes. All right, let's come back. Let's go downstate to Morgantown.
Monster game.
The Texas Tech Red Raiders at the West Virginia Mountaineers. Texas Tech now up to -6. They opened -4. They're up to -6.
They're coming into our country.
Now, I know you've told me many times about when to stay away from the Mountaineers. Is this a bad spot for the Mountaineers off the big win over Pitt?
Yeah, they're not going to win.
Who in?
Mountaineers
have no chance. Texas Tech's beat them 4 straight.
Can they cover the point spread?
I don't know that.
Well, that's what people are waiting for.
-6.
The gamblers out there need to know where's the money.
In your heart of hearts, what happens in this ball game?
I thought you told me Texas Tech kicks the living shit out of them.
They're not going to beat them bad, but they're going to win.
Okay, so take the Mountaineers getting to 6?
No, the 6 wasn't enough. How many points would you need to take the Mountaineers there? Let's
10.
ask you
need
that.
double figures. You need 10
or 2
right?
touchdowns.
10.
I'll say 10.
That's a good one. All right, give him another monster game of the week. 2 more, Matt. Give him 2 more.
How about Florida State Clemson?
Oh my Lord.
Florida State -2 at Clemson.
ACC.
It's a noon kick.
Monster battle.
You'll be in the Pine Room with a belly full of food.
Clemson.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I like that, champ. I like that.
All right.
I like that.
I like that. You see, that's the thing about you. You're not always on the favorites.
Right.
That's what's good about you.
Right, exactly.
You mix it up. You mix in the good dogs. All right. Alabama. You want to do that game? Alabama, Ole Miss?
What's the spot on it?
Alabama -7.
At home against Ole Miss, Alabama coming off, some lackluster performances. They've lost a game already. Ole Miss is really good. Alabama -7. Go. People are waiting. Sitting on the edge of their
staying away
seat.
from that one.
Okay. How about North Carolina at Pitt? Pitt catching 7 at home.
North Carolina.
7.5, actually. North Carolina. Think they'll destroy Pitt, don't you?
Yeah.
The worst quarterback on earth.
He's bad. We said that earlier. All right. I think that's probably it.
Well, he's got to have one more.
Wait. Deion Sanders.
Yes,
yeah,
there we go. And
Oregon hosting Colorado, laying 20.5, 21.5. Oregon big. They're going to crush
Wait,
Coach
they're giving
Prime?
20. They're giving 20.5 to Coach Prime.
Oregon
takes care of business?
Yep.
Okay. Well, you heard it right here. If you don't bet it, it's your own fault.
Exactly. And everybody who's listening to this should be significantly wealthy by the next show here on
People
Bettor's
probably
Last
running
Stand.
to the windows
Champ,
right now.
anything else to tell your fans? Anything else out there? It's on your mind. Whether it's
you want to thank anybody, you want
politics,
you want to say anything to anybody.
What's shaking this week in your life? You got a nice haircut today. That looks good.
I needed it bad.
Now, let me ask you this. Now, we talked about this on our radio show, and you mentioned it. Your barber was forced to close his shop, Comus, downtown. Now, you had to go out of the area to get your hair cut. So tell us about these streets of Wheeling and what the hell's going on down there. It's a mess.
You know what? The business in Wheeling, there's nothing happening in Wheeling. Maybe River City's open.
But why is that?
Because
Because of the construction?
Construction's bad. My God.
Some of those holes are 10 feet deep, champ. If you
I
fall
know it.
in them, you might be buried down there with some of the old train cars. They might never find you. Be like Jimmy Hoffa.
Have you ever seen a city like Wheeling in the state that it's in right now?
And thank God, don't ride one of those bird scooters, champ. Christ, you might break your leg.
He got run over by one last year.
You probably get a bad back riding on a bus, hitting all the
give some positive words to the people of Wheeling who are struggling right now to get from point A to point B.
Hang in there.
I mean, you got your own personal cab service with IC Cab, sponsor of the show. Thanks to Phil. But
Phil Savazzo, great guy.
Your former partner.
Great man.
Yeah. You guys won the Abbeys League.
Did Champ dump him?
I don't know. Yeah, because the girl he partnered with has bigger tits.
The girl with big boobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that usually happens. He dumped me.
Oh, give the folks of Wheeling a little bit of a pep talk here. Give them a little nursery rhyme or something to get them through. Make them laugh in the car while they're struggling to get through this traffic and their cars falling apart because of the potholes.
As we speak.
Mary had a little lamb. His bleachers white as snow, and everywhere that Mary went,
her lamb was sure to go.
And that lamb didn't want to come in Wheeling. I know that.
No, give him the.
All right.
Give him the one, the spider.
Jeez, boy, he got to tell you what.
Coming down the. What is that one?
Along come a spider, sat down beside her and said...
Wait. Start it from the beginning.
Along come a spider and sat down beside her and said, "What's in the bowl, bitch?"
And that'll wrap it up.
All right, that'll do it for the champ. Thanks for spending your time with us. I know you're very busy. I think your car's waiting out there, Phil and the IC Cab people. We'll take a break here on Bettor's Last Stand from the Crooked Dock. We're going to be back and talk to the head honcho here. Lester joins us after the break. It's Bettor's Last Stand.
Bettor's Last Stand is for entertainment purposes only, but who better to listen to than the guys here at the Pine Room? For more picks you might have missed, follow Bettor's Last Stand and all of Matt's picks on X, formerly Twitter, at BLS_PRP. Because just like General Custer, we're in Bettor's Last Stand.
All right, welcome back in. Bettor's Last Stand for the Pine Room Studios. On location here at the Crooked Dock on Bridge Day. A huge event here in the Wellsburg area. We're joined by Lester Bradley, the owner of this fine establishment, the Crooked Dock. He's a very prominent businessman in the area, and everybody around here knows Lester well, and he's got a great place here, as we said. We were lucky to be here. Great view. Lester, welcome to the Pine Room Studios Bettor's Last Stand show. We appreciate you joining us today. This is an exciting day. You were telling me a little bit off camera about how long it took to get this bridge finally here. It's been about 10 years, long process, but it's finally here, and things seem to be going well for you prior to the bridge opening, and this should be even better for you.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you guys coming out. It's awesome. You can see you got a great crowd coming to see you guys. Check it out. Beer's great. It's been a process, but the bridge is here. They'll get here, and it's going to make my high customers a little quicker. And yeah, I'm pretty pumped up.
Yeah, you were saying that one of the benefits that you're looking forward to the most is maybe being able to get some employees from the Ohio area a little bit easier work commute for them now.
Absolutely. Some wait staff. Love to have a couple new line cooks.
Yeah. So if anybody's out there listening and looking, call this man. Come up here and see him at Crooked Dock. This place is really, really great. Now, you've had the property for 10 years, you said.
Yep, 10 years. Memorial Day weekend was my 10-year launch.
So take us through a little bit. I've been up here. Mark's been up here several times before you had it, and then once you've got it, it's just absolutely taken off. This outdoor bar is just amazing. Did you always have this in your mind when you got it, or did you get some advice, or did you take things from other properties that you saw and said, I think we can make this work here?
The owners kind of told me they were going to be going out. The previous owners of Pier 12, they were great people. The owner, he got an injury and things
couldn't keep up with it anymore.
Absolutely, and so they called me up and said, "Hey, you interested? We're going to move on it, but we'll give you first shot." And I said, "Absolutely." And then I kind of just drew it up on. If you want to know the truth, I drew it up my backyard on a cocktail napkin.
Hey, well, some of the best things ever probably came on a cocktail napkin.
Absolutely. I had probably 20 Bud Lights. And
that's when you do your best thinking.
Absolutely.
So, Lester, what did you, before you took over Actually, it was Pier 12, right? Was 12th Street Pier, right?
Yep.
Before that, what were you doing before you took this place over?
I have Hard Times Tavern on 27th Street.
Okay. You still have that?
Yep. Yes. Yeah. We just I opened that in 1998.
Okay.
August 15th. So we been there a long time. I have several other cafes, but Hard Times is, it's kind of a staple of this town community. We've done really well there.
So let me ask you this, is one of your challenges, obviously, with all business owners right now, employees, is that getting employees, trying to fill spots, as you said, line cooks, servers, waiters, waitresses, is that probably your biggest challenge right now?
Absolutely. Product's still an issue. I mean, it's a combination of everything, I mean, people lost their patience. Customers are a little tougher than they used to be.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Pre-pandemic.
Yes.
I mean, it's been rough. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, the staff I do have is great. Most of them's been with me for a long time. Some of them even came from Hard Times. I've moved down here. So.
And I'm sure you treat them good, too. You pay them a decent wage, and obviously you're usually always busy, so tips are probably decent for them. So that helps. Now, let's talk, Matt mentioned this earlier, the bridge. Obviously, people are saying the bridge to nowhere, but you guys have to be, as you said, you have to be pretty excited about it, to be honest with you, because you're going to get people from across the river coming over here, not only to hopefully be employees, but customers over now that are within, that would have had to go to Steubenville or down to Wheeling to get here. Now they're 10, 15 minutes away, which obviously you have to be excited about.
Absolutely. The high people's great. So is PA. They both states support me really well. I mean, they really do. I mean, they make the haul round. Especially on the weekends, it's amazing when you drive through the parking lot and you just see all the high and PA plates. I mean, it's overwhelming sometimes.
Well, you're offering an incredible product. This is like as soon as both of my sons got here, I said this is like something at Ocean City. Or at the beach.
You see this at like a coastal beach area.
You got the beach feel here.
Yes.
The open air bar, your sign there, just the tiki umbrellas. Is that sort of the feel that you want to get here? Is like you're like at the beach, like almost.
Absolutely.
Well, you've achieved that, and
you can drive your boat up. I mean, you can't beat that. That's awesome.
Yeah. Now, are they talk a little bit about the docks too? What is that? How does that help you?
The docks are all courtesy docks. I don't rent any dock space.
Because there's no rentals there.
No rentals at all. It's just amazing how many people.
What's it like on a busy, booming Saturday, say in the summer? Is it just packed along here with boats?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, it's insane.
There's like really a waiting list, probably, of people trying to get in.
I couldn't even open the docks this year because I was so worried about the help. I did have a lot of staff this year. It's the first time since COVID really came in.
Right.
A lot of college kids. They went back, but the last 3 years, I didn't have it. I mean, you would have, I advertised everywhere, radio, TV. I did it all. You might get 4 applications and, interview, call them in, and 2
they don't show up. I get you.
And it's, it's everywhere.
It's
everything. It's brutal.
And I have one more question. I'm going to throw it back to Matt here. Obviously, you're building this business. You've pretty much, I would assume you've done it on your own. But now to have your son, Ethan, who's sitting here with us, that has to make you just feel so good about, him being a part of this and seeing it grow. And I'm sure he's an integral part of the whole Crooked Dock and the other places you own. It's got to be a great feeling.
Yeah, he's coming along well. I mean, I'm very proud of him. He's in college. He's doing good, and he's a big help.
You're teaching him the good things in your life, not the bad things you've done. It's all the good things that he's helping you're following, right?
Right. Yeah, I'm going to blame that on my dad. Anything that was bad is my dad.
That's fair.
The gambling, the drinking, that was all my dad.
Those aren't all bad.
Moderation, Lester, right?
Moderation.
Right. Moderation.
All
right. Speaking of gambling, then, anything interests you? I know me and you were talking a little bit about how tough it is right now with coaches now taking point spreads into account and kicking field goals as time expires, and then you got the Penn State-West Virginia game where James Franklin's scoring late to cover. It's a little tougher than it was back in your heyday, but does anything stand out to you as far as, even if it's not games this week, but like observations in NFL or college so far this year, just from a betting standpoint at all?
It's tough. The last 2 years is the toughest I've ever seen.
Sure.
I mean, you look at it, it's very tough. From the betting standpoint, I think I'm going to leave single games alone.
Right.
Thursday night, Monday night games.
Yes.
I mean,
no, you're right there. Smart move.
Because there's just so much that go on.
Right.
I'm going to try to stay disciplined and
hunt some games under the radar type games.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go with 3 or 4 games a week possibly and see what happens.
Yeah.
And if they're spread out, and I get 3 horses in, I think I'll leave the 4th one laid out. And I'm not even going to go I'm not even going to mess with it.
That's a smart man.
Let's say this, Lester, and I can hear your sentiments. Nobody's going to make a living gambling.
It's tough. You can.
You better be pretty darn good.
Right.
But you think the key word that you just said is discipline.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Absolutely.
And here's the bad thing to me right here. This is not a good combination for gambling. Because when I start doing these, I think I know them all.
And you bet them all. He bets every game on the card. It never works.
Then usually when I wake up in the morning, I say, "What the hell did I do that for?"
Right. But they are a great combination. You cannot argue that.
They're a fun combination.
They're the perfect.
It is. It's perfect.
What's it like, before we let you go, what's it like in here on College Football Saturday or NFL Sunday per se? Is it predominantly WVU, Steelers? What are your Ohio State, Notre Dame? Okay.
Absolutely.
Local teams like
especially
in Wheeling?
with the boaters. I mean, the City Dogs have been open, so they've been using them. But, the Ohio State fans, they're still. Yeah.
Now, you expect a pretty decent crowd for the Notre Dame Ohio State game on Saturday evening?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And now let me ask you this, because I've asked many bar owners, and this is probably a question you're going to easily answer. Is your business better when the Steelers and the Mountaineers are good?
Absolutely.
Yeah. They all say the same thing.
Close. Yeah, it's not even close.
When the Steelers were on the run, when they were in Super Bowl contention, I bet it was double.
It's wall to wall.
Wall to wall.
Yeah, you don't. When that's happening, you don't mind. You put the wings out. You put
because you're going to get it back.
They're having a great time.
Right, but now with them both falling on rocky times, you guys, I'm sure you still get a crowd, but it's not like people are excited to get up and say, "Man, I can't wait to get down and watch a Steeler. Can't watch a Mountain. Can't wait to watch the Mountaineers." And you're always hoping, I'm sure, that the Steelers and the Mountaineers are good.
Absolutely. You got to pray for them, And Cincinnati picked up a little bit, too. I mean, there's some Cincinnati fans with Burrow, and now, they're looking at 0-3.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, there's a lot of Burrow fans out there, too.
Oh, yeah, I noticed. There's a lot.
Well, he's not one of them. That's not one of them. He is definitely not one
but
of
I'm sure that's good for business from the people in Ohio. Do you get any Browns following around here? A little bit?
You still,
they're
still out there. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now,
they're still there. They've been through tough times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Another one Monday night.
Yeah, Monday night.
Another one Monday night. Now, Ethan, who's your team? Okay, Steeler. Are you
have any allegiances?
Are you a Steeler guy? Or?
I'm a Saints guy.
Oh, okay. Really?
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. How did that come about?
When I was a kid, I was actually a Dallas fan, and when they fired Tom Landry, I didn't particularly agree with the way that went, and so I couldn't jump on no bandwagon. So I just, the Saints were wearing bags on their head.
Right.
So I said,
the
that's where I'm going. I'm not going to bandwagon, and
Good
I'll
for
ride
you.
it out and see how it happens.
Well, you got a Super Bowl out of it. That was
I did.
awesome. Yeah.
And some people are picking the Saints to be really good this year.
Yeah, they can win that division.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so.
Good defense. Got some good playmakers on offense. If Carr holds up, I think they could be a playoff team, I think.
Now, what do you think of the Mountaineers against Texas Tech this week? Getting 6 at home. They've lost 4 straight to Texas Tech. Texas Tech owns them.
Yeah, that's a tough game, but I mean, his job's on the line.
On the line. Every game.
Yeah, right.
Every game he's fighting for his job.
And if he drops any home games, I think at this point moving forward, I think it's going to be goodbye.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to have a lot to do with his players, how much they love him, and how much they're willing to go out there and lay it on the line.
And if here's the thing, if things go sideways, they'll quit, and it'll be a rough season. Now they've started out. That win over Pitt was immense. That was huge. That saved him for a while.
Absolutely.
But I'm with you. I think this is the key game to the season for them this week. If they can beat Texas Tech, which they've lost 4 straight to,
right.
I think he's going to be okay for a while. But if he loses this one, then the schedule, because they've had 3 straight home games, then they go on the road. It's going to get tough.
It's going to get real tough.
It's going to get tough.
All right, before we let you run, then Notre Dame, Ohio State. Who you picking? I'm sure the people here. Well, I don't know. Maybe you got some Notre Dame. Notre Dame's everywhere. So
yeah, there's a little bit. Yeah, I mean, actually, we do. I mean, you got the faithful, the older guys sitting at the bar, but they're
who would
good.
you lean in that game? Ohio State -3 on the road.
They're good Catholics.
Hey, right. I got you.
I think I got to go with the Buckeyes.
Yeah, I would agree.
Sadly, I mean, if from a better standpoint, I'm going to stay away. But if I was going to bet the game, I would have to go with the Buckeyes.
Yeah,
I bet before it's over, you make a little wager.
Maybe.
You ain't gonna stay
anything
away.
on the total? You like anything?
Stay away.
High scoring, maybe. I don't know.
I think it possibly could be.
Yeah.
I think if we're going to do it,
because Notre Dame's got an upgraded quarterback now this year with Hartman. So
absolutely,
I think there could be some points.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
and this is. They're both trying to make a statement here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, neither one of them,
game.
I think, is going to hold back.
I think national championship hopes for whoever wins, pretty
absolutely.
much.
Yeah.
Well, Lester, before we let you run.
How do you like the beer?
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Do you like it?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, good.
Fantastic.
We'd like to hear that.
Timber, yep.
Hopefully you keep it on
you
tap.
You guys are great. Oh, I will. Absolutely.
Oh, that's
absolutely.
Awesome. All right. Well, we really appreciate you having us up. This is an awesome setting and great people, just wonderful, good West Virginia people here, and just appreciate your son here. He's taking good care of us and welcome us with open arms, and hopefully we'll be back. Let's
absolutely.
do it again.
Hey, I appreciate it. You guys are, you want to come back and do a Thanksgiving or Christmas show? Come on up. We'd
love to.
That'd be awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, that's Lester Bradley. This is the Crooked Doc. This is Bettor's Last Stand. It's been a great evening here. And it's Bridge Day. Can't forget that.
Right.
Thanks to Lester for joining us here. It's been an awesome evening. We will be back here at Crooked Doc at some point. Until then, we'll see you in the Pine Room. And thanks again to Lester and his crew for a great evening.
Thank you, guys. Really appreciate it.